Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com and today it is the end of May. Therefore it is time for the Kill a Kit video for my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit for the month of May 2020. And as you guys know, this was kind of a wild kit. I pulled in a paper pad, some embellishments, and I said let's see where it takes us. I did have a project focus for the month that you guys heard about, and if you guys haven't heard about it and you're new, be sure to subscribe so you can get all the videos that I upload. It was a crazy week last week for uploads, so hopefully you guys caught up on all of those. But we did finish the album that I wanted to, and we've actually set a record number of layouts created this month and cards created this month and empties this month for 2020. So I'm really excited to share this with you all. Now, all of the layouts do not come directly from this kit. I have pulled bits and pieces from this kit to use on certain things, sometimes not for others, but I'm just excited to share with you guys what I've created. But before we go through and do a layout share and card share and such, we need to see what's left in the kit. So like I said, a lot of empties this month, including the second month in a row that I've emptied a 6x6 paper pad. And this is in part due to the fact that part of this was already used. It wasn't a brand new paper pad. Another part of it is I focused on using the paper pad on as many projects as I could. And then scraps are very easy for me to turn into cards. So hopefully through the card share, you'll get some ideas to use your card scraps in a, easy way to use them is on a card. So hopefully you'll get some ideas for that. And if you guys want to know the other empties that I had this month besides, the ones within this kit, I will be featuring those in my favorites video, which comes out mid the month after. So the May favorites video will come out mid-June, so you guys can be on the lookout for that. And make sure you turn notifications on if you're interested in getting notifications for every time I upload on this channel. Then we had two Freckled Fawn empties. I finished using these puffy stickers. Now these were actually travel themed and have carried over a few months now, but there are only like 2 or 3 left, so I did get to use those up. And this was a pretty full label sticker sheet. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised I used up all of these, but I did have a big push at the end to use the last couple that I had, so I'm really happy to have those. And the more Freckled Fawn things that I use, I think the more likely I'm gonna place another Freckled Fawn order, so I'm really excited for that day to come. I had, I think, 2 or 3 stickers left in this set. Actually, no, it was probably 4 stickers left. This is a Jen Hadfield puffy sticker set. It doesn't show you them on here, but here's what one of them was. And I used these up on a bunch of my layouts. Then this is probably the oldest thing that I used up, that Studio Calico paper pads from May. I believe this is much older. This is the Neighborhood Phrase stickers from Crate Paper, and it says December 2010. So I bought these many years probably after that, but I did finally use up all of these. And this was a struggle because they had a specific look to them. So hopefully you guys will see these on a few layouts as we go through them. So those were the empties. Then what's left in the kit? So I still had a lot of embellishments, little stuff left. So I, of course, have more of these hearts left. These are hard to use up because they're rainbow colors, but put another dent in those. I didn't end up pulling for any of the silver foiled cork arrows, but I did pull for some of the gold ones, and this set's kind of dwindling now, so I'm happy about that progress. This was just kind of a throw-in because it was in my use it up bin. Sometimes when I'm doing a kit, I'll throw things in there just in case, but I do have a use it up bin just off the side of my desk there that I do pull from. That's where these Freckled Fawn stickers were for a while, kind of like late additions into the kits, but this will go back there so I can finish using those. I'm tempted to put these there too. I think I will. So those will be sent to the use it up bin so they sit on my desk and stare at me all day. I finally used a couple of these. I find these cameras pretty hard to use, but it looks like I used 4 of them. So, that's almost half. No, it's almost half. It's not. It's a third. But getting through them, again, very hard for me to use, but they're really cute, so I'll continue to use those. And then I used a few label stickers off of this. Again, just sometimes the color scheme didn't match. I didn't have a lot of blues in this kit, so the blue ones were kind of out of the way. I did use greens and oranges, though, that were available. So these all go back into the stash like they normally do, and these 2 will go up into my use it up bin. Then lastly, For my specific How to Kill a Kit with Style, as many of you might remember, I also made a little mini kit for my specific project, and I already shared the wrap up on that. So if you guys haven't seen the Craft Your Stash Away projects, any three, I have them for 3 months now, so you guys can check those out in the playlist link down below. And you guys can also check out the How to Kill a Kit with Style playlist link down below so you can see what the original kit looked like versus what it looks like now. And in case you guys have questions, these are some really old Creative Memories organizers. I got them hand-me-down to me. They weren't in any packaging, but they're really useful. Creative Memories, made in China, but you know, they're useful, and I know I get questions about these a lot, and I do like to organize my kits in them because they have several different pocket styles to put all your things in. Then I had this sticker set from Fancy Pants, which I don't think I ended up using at all. The colors just didn't work. I thought I was going to be able to use some of these phrases, but they just didn't fit the themes of my photos, and that's okay. Sometimes you include things that you just simply don't use. So despite me having a lot of empties, there's still like no progress made in this. So you see I'm making trade-offs for what I include sometimes based off of what I can use it for. And then we have this paper pad. Now, several of you said you loved this paper pad. It definitely is unique. It's from 2015, so it is very hard to find. But if I can find any of the products that are featured in this video, I will try to link them down below so you guys can check them out, because I know during quarantine we're all looking for some pick-me-ups, and sometimes it's a paper pad that'll do it. But I bought mine at Joann's in person, so it's been a few years since I bought it, but I wanted to just do a quick flip through. There are now a lot more scraps in here, but as you can tell, there's also a lot of cut aparts that I didn't get to, like a lot. That's what a majority of the paper pad is at this point. And you fussy cut lovers probably are looking at all these pages saying you want to fussy cut them so bad. I'm not a huge fan of fussy cutting, so that's why I didn't get a chance to do it as much. I also didn't get to this bike paper, and several of you asked me to try to use it this month, and I do apologize. I do hope to use it one day so you guys get to see it. Didn't get to use this phone paper, but I have used this paper pad in the past. That's why it looks so empty. It was like at least a quarter of the way worked through when I started, but 48 sheets, we're down to, I don't know, a quarter left maybe, full size plus scraps. So really great progress, and I probably will put this paper pad away for quite some time. I'm quite sick of it at this point, and you'll see based on the layouts that I made. I tried so many different styles and wavelengths and color schemes to work with this paper pad, so hopefully you guys are inspired by that. But let's bring in the bunch of layouts and all of the cards and creations. It's a big pile, but I also have them in order of when I created them, so that'll be helpful for you guys to help find process videos. But again, all of the ones that are focused on the kit specifically will be in the How to Kill a Kit with Style playlist for May 2020. And then all of the ones in this mini album you can find closer up flip throughs in the Craft Your Stash Away project mini series on my channel. So let's start with the cards. I don't have any videos of the cards, but if you guys are interested in learning more about card making process, about my creative process, I upload weekly vlogs over to Patreon for all of my patrons, so any tier gets them. It's included in their rewards, but I have been sharing all the cards over there. So this was the first one that I did, nothing to do with the kit, but just a cute travel themed one. Then I made this one in efforts to use up some other stash. Again, nothing to do with the kit. Now this set of 3 does have something to do with kit. They kind of all go together, so I'll show you them. So this was the first one that I made using the wonderful Studio Calico paper pad. Had this awesome little, I don't even know what you'd call it, just like a New York City, like not necessarily landscape because it's like got this top view, bird's eye view of it, but I put this together and I really love how it came out. It just looks so clean and fun. And then I have a second version of that, which kind of matches. It's a little offset, so I'm looking for like some certain enamel dots or something to add to help fill in that gap, but again, really happy with how those turned out. And then I used the scrap offcuts of those die cuts to create these two. And this was my first time using white ink in some time. I have the like little cube version of the Stampin' Up! White ink. Not my favorite, but it'll do. And this stamped way better than this one, but I still think they're really cool and great for masculine cards or, you know, any occasion cards. Then this was in the front of the paper pad. Essentially, there's a sampler look at all the patterns inside the specific Studio Calico paper pad, so I just trimmed that down to showcase all the patterns and then put a little tag and a thanks on it just to, you know, wrap it up with a bow. Just a really simple card. And then I believe it was this week I created these three, again on the hunt to use some stuff up. These two are very similar, so I'll show these first. Again, nothing to do with the kit this time. This is actually last month's kit essentially, plus some extras, but I was in a summery mood and I had these items pulled out for a layout you'll see later in this share. But again, this attributed to several of the empties, so I wanted to share them with you. Really cute stuff. And then I just made these today before I filmed this video to make sure you guys saw how I finished using up the scraps from the Studio Calico paper pad that was in this kit. So I had a lot of hexagons left over from a layout you'll see later, and I made this little magical bunny card. And then this is an easy way to use scraps, is to just cut them into banner shapes and then stick a sentiment, in this case a die cut from Fancy Pants, on top. And then again, if you're into stamping and coloring, you could do 3 squares, little owls, and a little sentiment there. So just quick and easy cards. And I have a lot of pre-cut and colored images for me ready to use, but those are the cards I made this month. Again, I don't normally make this many cards, but I am on a, kind of a goal to donate a bunch of cards this month, and several of these will go towards that. So I'm excited to, there's glue on the back of this one, so I'll have to get that off, but I'm excited to donate so many cards to so many great organizations that are out there that help distribute them to the people that need them, whether that be frontline care workers right now, or to elderly who are missing their families, or, there's just so many great ways that we can send love through paper. So I'm excited to donate that. Moving on, we'll do the chipboard album next. So this was my project focus this month because I wanted to create a birthday gift for my brother. So I took graduation photos from college graduation and put them into an album. And again, if you want to see more close-ups and more details, I have a whole series about this album and getting it done in 1 month over in the playlist that'll be linked down below. And again, this attributed to several empties as well. So if you're wondering how I do chipboard mini albums, I talk a lot about it in that series. And it's just a really simple album and a small keepsake for him. And several of you suggested on the last video that I posted about it that I should add some school colored ribbons on here. So I think I'll end up doing that so he can have that, school pride color at the end. But there's me too. And I'm going to give this to him in July for his birthday. So now we can get into the 12x12s and flat layouts that aren't chipboard layouts, but I do count the chipboard layouts in the total, so that 27 includes all of those pages. But let's just dive into it. This does not use anything from my kit. This is actually a challenge layout that I did for Ellie Studio for National Scrapbooking Day weekend. It is hard to believe that was this month. It has been a very long month for me, probably why I got so many layouts done and so many things done, but this was for that. No process video for this one. I just made it for fun on National Scrapbooking Day, but happy to have that one. This is the same way. There's no process video for this one, but I made this for a Doodlebug challenge, and I used a ton of Doodlebug products, which I'm really happy about because obviously sometimes you just want to use new stuff. But this one does use paper from my kit. So this is paper from both of these are papers from the paper pad in my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month. And little bits count, and that counts. So this kind of does contribute to the total for contributing to the kit. This one is an 8.5 by 11, and this is from the stamping series I do called Stamp With Me with a bunch of great crafty friends. And so I stamped a bunch. I used, again, a background from my kit. This is from my kit from the Crate Paper kit, or sticker set, Studio Calico paper, and just had a lot of fun with this one. I mean, how can you not like a little cat layout? So, and look at, I already journaled on it. Guys, I know, I'm a changed person. Look at another one that I've journaled on. I know, you guys are fainting because that's not something I normally do before I share them, but simple stuff is fine with me. So here's another layout. This is where all the hexagons went, and this is from the 6x6 Fix series I do with Crafty Maggie on my channel twice a month. And if you guys have not checked it out yet, please do so. She made a great couple layouts this month, and I love this layout. It is so different for me, and it's fun, and I really like it. And again, uses my kit completely. I reached outside for a couple of things, obviously, but like the title needed more letters than just the word home, but really happy with how this turned out. This one's also using the kit, of course, so we have this beautiful background paper with these florals, and so many of you loved this layout because it was a pre-printed design. And if you guys are interested, I do have a whole mini class on Patreon now for the top tiers, to see how I can utilize these papers more often. So I go through a bunch of examples and a bunch of different styles that you can identify to use more easily. But this is a really special layout, and I'm really happy that it turned out so well. I actually had my niece who's in the photo ask for this layout. So I'm either going to have to give it to her or make a duplicate somehow, despite not having this paper anymore, but that'll be okay. But I really, really like how this turned out. And then you guys also really loved this layout because, again, pre-printed here. And I'll try to have the playlist linked down below so you guys can check all these out, because I don't want you to miss out on all of the great things you could see, because sometimes they're real-time process videos on Patreon. So if you're not finding them in the playlist, that is because they're over on Patreon. Or if I said there's not a process video, there just simply isn't a process video. But I really loved how this one turned out because I wasn't sure about it, but you guys really, really loved this one, and I'm really glad you did, because I did too. And even though I reached outside of my kit a lot for it, I think it helped pull the layout together even more. This was a Patreon exclusive, so this is a real time I did with them, and I really love how it turned out. Again, we used the same grid pattern, well, ledger pattern over here with this bold floral, and it's just about building furniture. I mean, what more could you ask for? And then again, pulled outside my kit some vellum pieces, but also used the cork arrows that were in my kit, used some tissue paper, which again, I haven't done in so long. It was just a refreshing layout for me. I had a lot of fun this month with different creative processes and ideas. Then there's this one. I used a bunch of stuff again from my kit as well as outside of my kit. Here are some of those crepe paper stickers that are old and very hard to use. I actually think I finished them on this layout because I have 3 here, 2 up here, and then 1 up here. And I also used a bit of those puffy stickers from Jen Hadfield. So we have this one up here that says hello. And then I added some florals, which are actually from Paige Evans, and we're outside of my kit. And there's a little piece of glue on here that I need to move. But just another Easter layout because I just keep doing Easter layouts. And then you guys really loved this one too. I had fun with this one. Just a little cat layout. Who doesn't love some good cats? And this is my girl Lily. But it's just a fun color scheme. Pink and green goes really great together. And if you guys haven't tried a color scheme like this with high contrast black, highly recommend. But you guys can check this out on my channel. And then this was a Friday freebie. This one just went up not too long ago. Despite me making it a while ago, I just didn't have anywhere to put it in my schedule. Not my favorite layout this month, but I do enjoy how it ended up coming out and how you guys are liking it. So you can check that one out. This was a Patreon real time, and I did do mixed media, and you can probably tell because there is so much bubbling on this page. I need to actually put this under a book so it can flatten out. But this is about me traveling for work and 3 photos on 1 layout. Had fun with this one, and again, you can check that out on Patreon. And then this is actually part of a double page from my series with Crafty Meggie, the 6x6 Fix series. This washi tape got ripped up. Make sure I'll stick that down. So this is the right page, and then this is the left page. Had so much fun using so many 6x6 papers on it, and this was also attributed to a lot of empties, so you guys can check this video out to learn more, but had a lot of fun mixing and matching stuff on these 2 pages. This was from Stamping for Scrapbookers, which I know you guys really, really, really enjoyed. And I really like this idea of a layout. And someone actually asked me to turn it into a sketch, and I think I might. And if I do, I'll be sure to share that in the YouTube community tab where you guys can check it out. And it'll be probably on my blog soon once I figure out the dimensions and stuff and put it onto a sketch. But using that paper from the kit this month and some cut aparts from the kit, and then some random things just not from the kit, but a lot of stamping on it, so I'm happy about that. This one was for the Stamp With Me collab, so I didn't do too much stamping on this one, just a little bit here, and then some phrase stickers that I had stamped myself, or phrase, you know, just cutouts, but I used a background from my kit, and then the rest of this is just random stuff. This is also the layout I finished the Freckled Fawn gold labels on. I just threw a bunch of them on here to add dimension and add journaling spots, so really happy I got some stuff used up. And then finally, this is the last layout I created this month, and I just created it earlier this week with my patrons over on Patreon during the live stream. So the top tier gets a live stream every month, and I only got to 1 layout this month, but sometimes I get to 2, but I really had fun making this one. And this has nothing to do with this month's kit. It's actually a huge preview to next month's kit. So this is part of my June kit. You guys might recognize some things, you might be curious about some things, but you'll have to wait until I do the announcement for my June How to Kill a Kit with Style. But I'm really excited to share that with you guys and do more layouts like this. So when again, we're changing gears from the bright and bold back to pastels. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. And like I said, 27 layouts. Several of these are on my channel and you guys can check them out in the playlists down below. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. But I hope you guys enjoyed all the stuff that went up this month. I know a lot of you are waiting to get back to 12x12s, which is my normal staple, because last month we did a lot of random pocket pages, 6x8s, we did all sorts of stuff. And then the month before that we were doing traveler's notebooks. And I know that's a lot and it's been full force, you know, these past few months. But I am really happy with how things are going. And hopefully you guys are feeling inspired by my videos or several videos that have been going up across the internet from so many great crafty YouTubers. But I would love to know what your favorite layout was. And I know I ask you guys every month, and every month everyone says they don't have a favorite, but they have like a couple favorites. But we really did showcase a lot of different product and getting different vibes from one kit. You know, these two kits don't look like they came from the same thing. I mean, right there, that's vastly different. Even these three, this one specifically looks so different because it's just so much fun to find the different color waves you can pick for a specific kit and just run with them. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this layout share and this card share. And again, I do write down in my traveler's notebook all of the ones that I've created. So I hope you guys enjoyed the flip through and the share and the cards and the chipboard mini album. It's been a lot this month, and I know I said at the beginning of this month I thought it would be tamer, I thought it'd be less creative, but I was just on a roll, so I kept going, and hopefully you guys don't mind seeing that sometimes. But please do let me know what you did enjoy and what you're looking forward to in June. Again, I will be sharing more updates about the empties and successes this month with you guys in the favorites video that'll come out in mid-June. But stay tuned for the new series announcement. Again, we are done with Craft Your Stash Away. We had 3 successes through that, but I'm excited to move on to the next series. So make sure you're subscribed to stay tuned for that announcement. And you can even turn notifications on if you're interested in hearing as soon as it comes out. But no hints today. My patrons already know what it is, but I'm not giving any hints to you guys because it's so close anyway. But I hope you guys enjoyed this share and this kill a kit. We practically killed the kit in my book. I mean, we only have like 8 things left to have stuff in them, and I don't think that counts, right? We'll just pretend we won. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and likes and comments. You guys are all so very sweet, and I hope you're staying well and staying safe and doing the best you can with what you have. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.